This is just something else, isn't it? Hello my friends, and welcome back to the liminal world of early access Subnautica. In the previous episode, we got to explore what I thought was the earliest access you could get your hands on, but as you're probably able to tell by the menu screen here, that wasn't really the case. Some of you have prompted me, and thank you so much for that by the way, that there is an even earlier version on Steam that you can get your hands on, and so here I am
getting my hands on this.
This, my friends, is actually the earliest version of Subnautica you can seemingly get your hands on from October 2014. Oh my goodness. I mean, I gotta say, it still looks pretty good. You have these shoals of fish, which there seem to be more of those than usual. Of course, there aren't that many creatures, which makes sense because, well, there weren't that many creatures in the game. And my goal here, honestly, is to just swim around and explore. Whoa, look at this. Oh, is this like a current? Yeah, look at that. Oh, this used to be in the game. You guys might not notice, but back in the day, they had the plan to make currents be a thing, where you would be able to be propelled around certain areas of the map, and it would be harder to swim around in some places because of the currents. Oh, I never realized that was actually in the game like that. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, that's so cool. This was the original model for the stalkers. You guys might be a little confused because this is actually what the lava lizards look like. Back in the day, this was actually the model used for stalkers. Also, you might notice that the UI looks a tad bit different. My fingers are also clipping through the PDA for some reason. So you can break limestone and pick up zinc. So last time we established that the only real biomes in the game, seemingly, are the kelp forest, the grassy plateaus, which we're kind of in right now. But at the very end I also found the mushroom forest. So I'd love to go back there and see what that's all about. Wow, look at this green coral. I don't think they ended up being green ever at any point. I also saw some people asking about the entity gallery. So if you don't know, in some of the earlier versions, you could use the entity gallery command to have basically all of the models in the game kind of lined up and listed out, but this has since been removed. Now unfortunately, this version of the game is actually before that time, so unfortunately I cannot spawn it, but look at this. Whoa! Oh, look at that. I think this is exactly what you guys think it is. I think this is the start of the Twisty Bridges. I have to say, this whole place has such a eerie vibe to it. It's like I'm looking at something I should not be looking at, you know? All these arches just forgotten by time. What in tarnation? Oh, it's just a mushroom forest not popping in, but I'm pretty sure these places were meant to be the Twisty Bridges. Well, look at that. You are already able to like slice them up, and you can also pick up none. Of course. Why wouldn't you want to pick up none? Whoa, look at the sea glide. Whoa, it just keeps going. What is that sound? Oh, that is very unpleasant. I have no idea what's making that noise, but that is making me really uncomfortable. Now to paint a picture for you guys, back when the people got their hands on this version of the game, it was very early in development, and there were many theories about what would still be added later, and what else might be lurking out there in the darkness, so it's fascinating to explore all this, and think about all of the possibilities and all the stuff that could have been, and all the stuff that would eventually come to be. I definitely want to go around the edges of the map and explore the Farlands as well. I find that to be such a strange area. There were also reports of strange noises being heard when people reached these Farlands, and I really want to see if we can catch one of those. I think we found the edge, guys. Just listen to that music. Why is it so creepy? Subnautica's very own Farlands. I wish the free cam command was already a thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. It's literally just the edge of the world. It's just these horn sounds. Look, it's like the light playing shadows on all the material. I can spawn the habitat builder. I cannot grab it though. Oh man, it's such a shame. I really want to see what's on top. All this abandoned geometry. I wonder if it was all really just raised to keep the player within the map. It's all so creepy, isn't it? Even if it was just raised to keep the player in, why all these random shapes? Was this maybe the idea of actually emulating the volcanic crater? Were these supposed to be the edges of the crater, maybe? Well, look at this. It's just like a freaking obelisk in the middle of nowhere. It's so strange. Doesn't this just give you the feeling of like looking at something you're not really supposed to be looking at? Look at this. And this turned out to be probably the coolest underwater survival game ever. Oh, these chasms kind of freak me out, I'm not gonna lie. What is this? Oh, I don't like that. It almost reminds me of like a ribcage of some weird creature. I will try to build a ramp from a Cyclops submarine. I feel like that could maybe work. It's just crazy enough to work. Oh wow. Oh, that just actually killed me. I was not expecting that. Okay, so another thing I really want to take a look at is some of the leftover geometry around the Aurora. Last time, I kind of skipped through it really fast. I want to see if we can find more. I also want to show you a little fun command here. You can type size ref, which will spawn a very strange model of Riley, presumably with no face. It's just very strange to see it this way. I remember when a model like this used to be in the Emperor's tank. This looks very strange, doesn't it? Like the amount of dust in this crevice down here. It makes everything so freaky. I love the way they made the land here appear cracked though. I wonder why they got rid of that at the end. So last time I was here, I really just kind of skimmed over this. I don't think I showed it to you enough. It's almost like it's like a burnt down building or something that was just destroyed by the impact. I really wonder what the idea here was. Very strange though too, huh? Another place I want to go quickly explore is around the other side of the Aurora. You know, in modern day, of course, we have a bunch of stuff there, but I want to see just what exactly is there now. Now normally, this place is of course filled with Reapers, but in this build, Reapers didn't exist. Oh, those sounds are very freaky though. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any land on this side. You can even see the smoke bugging out, because you were not really meant to go onto this side of the ship, I presume. So the mountain island was clearly not a thing back when this version existed. I want to see if the original floating island is actually a thing. Whoa, okay, now that is not the floating island, my friends. Is that my Cyclops? We've come a full circle. I think the island was not even in this version. So the last version we checked, which was only a couple months apart, I believe 2 months or so, that one already had the floating island, but not this one. At least I cannot see it. This is just something else, isn't it? Okay, the last thing I want to look into is if we can actually find any other biomes, and look at that, we straight up stumbled into one. There's a bit of purple here, so some coral? Whoa, what is this? Look, there's just these freaking corridors. Oh, and there's these like crazy drop-offs down. Whoa, it's the Grand Reef! I didn't know these things were already in. Next you're gonna tell me there is a lost river to be found. There's no music. That really makes it so much freakier, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, look at this. I mean, the flashlight doesn't really do anything. It also looks kind of funky. Oh, this goes deep. Holy moly. It's just like a random cave in the heart of the Grand Reef. That's so strange. It just kind of randomly ends though. Look, like it connects to the sand areas, which kind of don't really lead anywhere. And it has a great deal of depth to it as well. Like more so than the other biomes, which appear mostly flat. They even have gel sacks already. The jelly plant. This to me looks like it was meant to be several different biomes, just kind of interlocking and connecting. Some of these structures, I mean, I know they're probably only just like early rock formations, but they look so much like abandoned buildings. Whoa, look at this! Oh, it looks so sick. It's just the edge of the world, of course, like emerging from this random cave, but that looked freaking cool. I wonder if this was just like a test biome here at the very edge, not really intended to be explored too much, just kind of plopped there to try out some of the assets. It really is incredible to see how far this game has come. What is this? It's just a completely random bit of the lava material. I'd kind of love to be able to pick the developer's brain at these early stages of development to kind of figure out what they were thinking. Look, what even is this? Look, it's just this little alcove. Break stalagmite and get zinc from it? What? Oh, here it is. Oh, I did not think it was in the game. This is the big mushroom, or the big tree or whatever. It looks completely different in terms of colors, but I mean, the gist of it is kind of there. I mean, how much more is there in this map? Look at how big the mushroom forest is. You can kind of now get the sense of scale. I think it's bigger than it ended up being in the final game. Like, I know consciously there is nothing out there. But honestly, hearing these sounds and looking out into the blue, it really makes me uncomfortable. I keep expecting to see something massive just move. You know, around every corner, there is something in this build that both makes me very uncomfortable and also just kind of blows me away with how different and cool it is. So with that, I really hope you all enjoyed the episode, and I'm going to leave the rest of exploring this fascinating world to you guys. If you like this video, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All of those would be very much appreciated. And if you'd like to see me do the same thing here with Below Zero, please leave it down in the comments as well. I would very much like to read it. Now with that, I'm gonna wish you all a beautiful rest of today, and I'll see you all in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.